I try to get here almost every day. It doesn't always happen, but yeah, it's a magical place, especially when snow is coming down or rain is happening. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Matt Monet, who lives on the other side of the lake on Spring Valley, is friends of my family. So my aunt called me and said, they're putting in this big housing development. Can you talk with Matt? And he called me and kind of told me all about it. And I guess my first thing was shock because I didn't actually realize that there was a possibility of developing, especially so close to the lake, where one of the development sites is. And I guess like sadness that it was going to change this lake from what it is.
Where the cars are parked over there, right kind of to the, I guess you would say the left there, that's where they want to put the holding pond and the reserve. So all of that's going to cut off everything from the lake. So you'll probably get all the algae, all the debris, all the muck and guck. And, for the fish and the wildlife, for people walking, for people wanting to fish, they have the fishing derby here. That will not be here. It'll disappear. I mean, clearly it'll disappear. I mean, we've seen other places where they've made developments and, just right along Water Dam there. That used to be like this until they put all those houses there.
Well, I really can't realize the impact, but then when I was asked the question, do you want it to be like Cannonsburg Lake? Then I realized that's devastating. There's so much development around it. It's not the quiet getaway that it used to be, and if that happens here, it's going to be a sad day.
I am the president of St. Peter's Lake. We had a group of people that was working hard. So once we found this and we went to the first meeting, we had a group of people that was really dedicated to stopping this. And we got together and we started planning. And it was my idea to do the nonprofit because I felt like we could raise more money, we could get grants, we could, involve some of these national level organizations that want to get involved in saving special places from development. The other thing is if we could get donations to help stop this, it would be a tax write-off for people. And then long term, if we were able to stop this and we had this organization, it could only be used to improve the lake.
Yeah, we just started attending meetings and first we created a Facebook page. We started raising money that way and we had an outpouring of interest. I mean, it was crazy how many people are connected and feel strongly about this lake and just emotional about it. And it just kept growing. I mean, we had thousands of people quickly joining our Facebook page and giving us money. And so we saw how important it was to the community. We knew how we felt about it, and we knew we would do whatever it took. So I have a little bit of a background in media. So I was the person who would send the media advisories and got all of the media attention. And there was media attention. We had the different TV stations and different newspapers out here. We got a lot of attention for it. And then we started a GoFundMe and started raising money for it and realized we had to do something. So we created, like I told you, we created a nonprofit, which is registered. And we have a small sum of money that we've raised so far, that we've done things like pay legal fees, filing fees. In the meantime, we reached out to the Environmental Law and Policy Center at the University of Pittsburgh, and they were interested. And we've been so fortunate to have a young attorney named Josh Ash, who heads that center, get involved. And he is the one who filed the case in the county. And it's now where it was, we appealed the decision by North Strabane Township Board of Supervisors and lost, but now we've appealed it to the state. So it's really thanks to the University of Pittsburgh's Law and Policy Center and to Josh Ash and some of the legal students there that we're still hoping to overturn that.
If you look at the history around here, you can look at Cannonsburg Lake. There's a couple lakes in the North Hills. They've become unfishable, unusable for recreation. Knowing that this is considered high environmental quality, like some of the best water quality in Pennsylvania, to change that to something because of the pesticides running down from the housing development, because we've changed the way water gets into the lake and is filtered before it gets to the lake. I think it's not going to be the place you want to come and walk if we're smelling a gross lake, if it's killed the fish.
I really believe in the campaign to save the lake, and I'm very glad that there are people focused on that and working hard and are committed to making sure that development doesn't infringe on the lake. That's all true. And at the same time, I currently feel that the lake isn't getting enough love as it is. Before future development encroaches, we're already not loving this habitat enough. There's litter, broken glass, people burn fires here. I've broken up fire pits. I've tried to collect fishing line, which is really difficult to clean out of the environment. There are many things that I feel we do now while we're using these trails and this beautiful space that are unkind and not loving. So saving the lake, in my opinion, means that we have to love the lake now.
I remember when this was off limits and it wasn't a park when I was growing up. And I remember when it was saved the first time back in the 90s, and my parents lived over in Giant Oaks. And one of the reasons I bought my parents' house when they passed away and moved back here was because I wanted my kids to be able to come up here. This is such a meaningful place to our entire family. And we come here all the time.
I do think that we can fight this. I do think the outcome could be something everybody's happy with. And I do think there's value in getting involved in things when you want to try and change them.